a few left-handed batsmen falling off them. Yeah, he's there because of this. Positive in intent, but just found Stuart Binney at long off. A nice smart catch to end an innings that looked good for more.
Actually thought you're going to say if you shake a tree in Sri Lanka, you'll find a spinner. And you're right, they have left-handed batters aplenty. Piyush Chawla strikes gold for India. He was a part of the Indian team when they won the World Cup in 2007, was a part of the Indian team when they won the World Cup in 2011. Oh, that was right in front. That looks close. Not much of an appeal from Piyush Chawla.
Perhaps just a little bit of a bat involved or going down the leg side. Or maybe pitching outside the leg stump. A heave-ho outside that off stump will fetch him a boundary at square leg. I don't think he really intended for it to go there, but he still gets the boundary nonetheless.
He was just looking for some sort of contact and he got enough of bat behind that. 7 completed, 71 for 1. And we'd like to thank Hatton Tea Company and Buttu Cup for their generous support towards the One World, One Family Cup. Prashanti Balamandira Trust would also like to say thank you to Bharat Petroleum for supporting healthcare through technology. At the moment, the run rate, just a little over 10. They're well on course to chasing this down, Sri Lanka. Upul Taranga departed after a well-made 51 in just 28 deliveries. Mavanata Patu and Aravinda De Silva yet to bat. And lots of stars there. We know Chaminda Was can hit the ball. Stuart Binney will come back for his second over. An expensive first one. Shy at the stumps there. Did take it a wee bit easy, Melinda. That Manoj Tiwari. There you go, he fancied himself. That would have been out had he hit.
.72 for 1. 9.66 the run rate. Magnificent opening partnership of 66 between Kaluwitharana and Tanga. Can we see some vintage Kaluwitharana batting? We saw that so much in the mid to late 90s when he, along with Sanat Jayasuriya, really dictated terms to the bowlers, rewrote the batting manual, really took full toll of those first 15 overs at that time, the power play. That was the time when you got off to that huge start and then consolidated the innings and then came back and exploded at the back end. Well, now you do it from the word go. That'll be a boundary for Melinda Siriwardana.
Well, left-handers are enjoying themselves, that is for sure. He was there to be hit. Nobody square on the leg side. Helped himself to another boundary. He's just struggling with the line and the length here, Stuart Binney. We spoke about Aravinda De Silva, slated to come in soon. First, we have to mention, we know we've spoken so much about what he's done on a cricket field. But he's been a pioneer. He's been a great advocate of being a public servant off the cricket field as well, Aravinda De Silva. And a big reason as to why Sri Lanka are part of this wonderful cause here this afternoon. Aravinda De Silva and his wife Anushka have dedicated themselves to making a difference in healthcare in Sri Lanka. And his leadership and influence continue to inspire not just people in sport. but he's played such a massive role in changing the lives of so many people. He was Arvinda De Silva was present at the inauguration of the Sri Satya Sai Sanjeevani Hospital in Sri Lanka, a landmark moment in providing free cardiac care in the country. And the hospital has actually completed over 2,200 cath interventions, giving thousands of patients quite literally a new lease on life. And so when a man who's done it all on the cricket field goes on and doing even bigger things off the cricket field, it just tells you the kind of person that he is. Excellent commitment there. That was Abhimanyu Mithun. And that's what it's all about. It's about making this world a better place, and that's why we're all here today. 80 for 1 in 8. Look at Abhimanyu Mithun. He's a big unit. It takes a while for him to come down. He uses the big boots to stop that boundary. At the moment, they're going at 10 to the over. And we'd also take this opportunity for Prashanti Balamandira Trust to say thank you to HDFC Bank for supporting healthcare through technology. At the moment, they're going at 10 runs to the over. Sri Lanka, they need 116 in the remaining 12 overs. Right on course in getting this done. That's a familiar face in the background. Mayanti Langa, wife of Stuart Binney. Always nice to have family around. A husband and wife that have been very actively involved in India's cricketing circle. One of the great all-rounders, Stuart Binney and Mayanti Langa, a pioneer in broadcasting here in India. And at the moment, Milinda Siriwardana helps himself to another massive 6. Plenty of flight there from Piyush Chawla, and he loved every bit of it. That is just possibly the biggest 6 we've seen. We've seen a few already. Oh, better luck next time. The fans trying to get hold of that. Now, is this another one? You bet it is. That is huge. Sri Lanka go into the 90s. Milinda Siriwardana into double digits. He's back 19 of 8 at a strike rate of 237. Well on course to winning this game. One family Sri Lanka. He's enjoying the right arm leg spinner bowling into him. And he gives it another one. 3 sixes in a row. And Piyush Chawla, after a successful first over, has been treated to 18. 2 short of 100, the Sri Lankans. Similar areas from Piyush Chawla and Milinda Siriwardana using those angles to perfection, and he deposits them in similar areas as well. They could get this done in a canter. The last 30 balls, 63 runs have been scored by the Lankans. And there he is. The skipper will be a happy man after pulling off a jaunty Rhodes on the field. He can be happy under the shade. It's pretty hot out here. His partners, his mates are getting the job done. An inch closer to the 100 mark. When are we going to see Sunil Joshi in action?
Everyone has a lot of strength.
And I'm not too sure
If they can beat Gallery 3.
Milinda Siriwardana will have any problem at all if Sunil Joshi comes in. He wouldn't mind a left arm spinner turning it into him. Romesh Kaluwitharana now, he gets a boundary. Not the most convincing style, but he gets plenty of bat, and Sri Lanka have picked up 23 runs in that over. Their 100 comes up, 103 for 1 in 9 overs.
103 for 1.
Prashanti Balamandira Trust would like to thank Bindu for their generous support of the One World, One Family Cup. And each one Educate One Foundation would like to thank Fifth Avenue for promoting high school education in rural India. Suddenly looks like a much better batting surface when the runs come like this. It flows off the bat. Piyush Chawla has conceded 32 in his 2 overs. Have a look at the strike rates of these batters. Tanga almost 180. Romesh Kaluwitharana at 140 almost, and Milinda Siriwardana at 260. I wonder if we're going to get to see Mavanatupatu and Aravinda De Silva. We're here at the picturesque Sai Krishnan Cricket Stadium. It is as good a ground as you'll ever get the world over. He's just swatted that into oblivion. He's dealing in sixes, is Milinda Siriwardana. The Lankans are getting this done pretty quickly. The required run rate is down to just 8. Oh, he gave that a good tonk, all right. Shot delivery, and it hasn't been a happy outing for Stuart Binney. 28 he's given in just 13 deliveries. This time, outside off, take 4 more. There ain't stopping this left-hander from Sri Lanka. Romesh Kaluwitharana continues to play second fiddle. Well, we don't say that too often. We didn't say that too often. Rather, when he was playing, Romesh Kaluwitharana was often the center of it all. At the moment, he was happy to play second fiddle first to Pultaranga and now Milinda. Well, there's been a flurry of sixes and boundaries in the last 5 deliveries to 7. That required run rate is now below 8. When are we going to see Venkatesh Prasad with the ball, Fazal? When are we going to see Aravinda De Silva and Mavanatupatu with the bat? A lot of fans here are probably here to see them.
Well, he clearly indicated to you that he's really a fit man, like you just mentioned on his social media handle. He's posts a lot of fitness videos and reels and stuff like that. But he's did admit that he's not completely fit to come and bowl, but we would see him at some point, is what he said, of a very short run-up.
You know, whatever it is, a lot of fans that have come here to watch their favorite stars from yesteryears. And he certainly was a star, particularly in the 96 World Cup. Romesh Kaluwitharana, and along with Sanat Jayasuriya, revolutionized ODI cricket forever. It changed the way that format was played. And they had the rest of the world following suit and doing what they did. They were pioneers in attacking cricket, you know, in the ODI format. They absolutely tore apart bowling lineups in the 96 World Cup, Jayasuriya and Kaluwitharana. Oh boy, nightmares they gave so many Indian fans.
So, well, in that game that you're talking about, the 96 game, Navneet, Kaluwitharana was caught by Manjurekar off the bowling of Venkatesh Prasad. And Jayasuriya was caught by Venkatesh Prasad of the bowling of Srinath. They were 1 for 2 before that man, Aravinda De Silva, walked out to bat and just smashed the rest of them to all parts of the Eden Gardens. Got a nice 50 and then won the game for Sri Lanka.
I'll tell you one thing though, Romesh Kaluwitharana did that a lot of Indians didn't like that day, was stumping a certain Sachin Tendulkar. It was a game that was hanging in the balance at the time. Tendulkar was playing another special Sachin Tendulkar-like innings. And he kept the hopes of millions of Indians alive until Romesh Kaluwitharana pulled off a moment of brilliance to a ball that was drifting away from the batter. And that game changed the course of that World Cup in history forever. 10 completed. We're halfway through. Sri Lanka dominating. Each one Educate One Foundation would like to thank SBI and Prashanti Balamandira Trust would like to thank Western Digital. Like we said, it's an entire battalion of partners and sponsors that have come together for helping make this second edition of the One World, One Family Cup happen. At the moment, the Lankans 117 for 1 at the halfway stage. It was pretty much neck and neck for about 8 overs until Upultharanga decided to score 23 off a Piyush Chawla over. 3 sixes on the trot, and now it's advantage Sri Lanka. Here's a quick recap of what went down in the first 10 overs here. In the chase, Upultharanga a little lucky early on. Romesh Kaluwitharana didn't get a lot of the strike, but when he did, he was happy to pick up boundaries. But it was an Upultharanga show in the first 5 overs. He's an exquisite left-handed bat, very appealing to the eye, and he played some top shots. Was happy to edge a couple to the boundary as well. And then Milinda Siriwardana took a liking to Piyush Chawla, and he took him for 3 sixes downtown. He then kept swatting them with given outside off. He went over extra cover. All in all, it's been a happy afternoon for Sri Lanka. There you go. At the moment, all 3 batters well into the double digits. Taranga with a half century. Romesh Kaluwitharana and Milinda Siriwardana not out in the centre. And like we said, it's a wonderful occasion, this, the second edition of the One World, One Family Cup 2025. Here's a quick look at the Indian bowlers on the expensive side.
Well, yes, that's primarily because the way that Upultharanga came and really set the cat amongst the pigeons as far as the batting was concerned. They were chasing 9 plus runs in the over, and then when Taranga came out to bat with Romesh Kaluwitharana, they both stitched together 66 for that first wicket, and that really has set the game for Sri Lanka to build on. And I'm really hoping and waiting for that moment when Arvinder De Silva would come out to bat, Navneet, and that would be a real fanboy moment for you.
Are you trying to keep talking? Because I have to show everyone on camera how sharp and wonderful Fazal Khalil is looking. Faz, it's wonderful to be in your company. You've been in the company of a lot of these cricketers that have played for Karnataka, Fazal. And now behind the mic in a very different avatar.
Well, yes, I've had the good fortune to play with someone like Venkatesh Prasad, with Sunil Joshi, Sujit Som Sundar, Doda Ganesh. We all grew up playing age group cricket together. We played in the under 15s. We played in the Ranji Trophy together. There he is. We spent many good moments for Karnataka. We won the Ranji Trophy a couple of times in the 90s. There was Srinath, there was Rahul, there was Anil, there was Joshi, who's on your screen right now. In fact, Joshi went on to pick up close to 50 wickets before he made that mark and came into that Indian team. We had 6 or 7 playing for the country. For the country from Karnataka in that particular year, and it was like you mentioned earlier, it was like a golden era of Karnataka cricket. 69 matches, 69 wickets for him. But what's more impressive about Sunil Joshi is the kind of team man he's been and the kind of flag bearer for Karnataka cricket he's been. He's the highest wicket taker in Karnataka history. You have the likes of Irapalli Prasanna, Chandrasekhar, for company, and he's right at the top of the tree. We've had Raghuram Bhatt there. So he's surpassed them all, and he's come from very humble beginnings, and that's the beauty of the story of Sunil Joshi. He's come from a small town like Gadag, come into the big madding world of Bangalore and made a mark for himself. He's been a national selector. He's now the bowling coach for Punjab Kings. It's a great story of Sunil Joshi, and a lot who come from the rural backgrounds of cricket. So I'm so happy to see cricket played like this in rural Bangalore, rural Karnataka. So you get so much of talent to come to Bangalore and express themselves. And facilities like this will only add to the talent pool that Karnataka has. We won the Ranji Trophy, I think, seven times or 8 times now. And I'm sure that someone like Sunil Joshi or Venkatesh Prasad would really, lend a fillip to the rural talent that comes from Karnataka.
And as times have changed, a lot of their roles as far as in their association with the game is concerned has evolved as well. For a lot of them have flourishing broadcasting careers as we speak. They're also coaches in different leagues around the world. It's incredible how you continue to be associated with the game, but in different capacities. And well, I wonder if you ever imagined yourself behind the mic when you were playing back in the day in the early 90s. And today, you're commentating for a game where a lot of your mates are on the park. I'd be surprised if you saw that coming. But that is crisp from Romesh Kaluwitharana. Vintage Romesh here in Namma Bengaluru.
Well, a gentle tossed up delivery by Sunil Joshi down the track. Well, he must be close to 53 or 54, Romesh Kaluwitharana, but he can do that even if he's 154.
Well, he'd like to hear that for sure. This is, it's such a privilege to be here behind the mic calling action. When you're watching some of the stars of the game in action, Sunil Joshi bowling to Romesh Kaluwitharana. Like we said, it almost feels it's like the late 90s. But here we are almost 30 years on. And these players are as fit as they come. That is an excellent catch. He had his eyes on the prize all along. And that is a fabulous catch and an important one to get the wicket. Is that Parthiv Patel? Yeah, it is Parthiv Patel. Unfamiliar territory. He's a keeper. That's how we know him. Well, that is a brilliant catch.
Well, it was in the air, so I'm sure there was a bit of flutter in his heart. He's not used to catching the ball without the gloves. Siriwardana has gone for 40 very, very well made runs. And after 11, Sri Lanka 127 for 2, but still in the driver's seat.
The Annapurna Trust would like to thank the Government of Karnataka for ensuring nutrition for school-going children. And Prashanti Balamandira Trust would like to thank Coforge, capacity building in rural medication. And just when Sri Lanka were running away with this game, it's India that pick up a wicket and crawl their way back in. Asela Gunaratne, who was a bit of a mystery spinner himself, and he had some success with the ball in hand. Now his turn with the bat. We're yet to see the stars come in. Right when we speak about the stars, right on cue, here is the skipper. Venkatesh Prasad, captain of One World India, with the ball in hand. Look at that run-up. That's not a Venkatesh Prasad run-up. Surely he's not going to bowl spin, Fazal.
Well, he clearly gave it away at the toss, didn't he? He said I would be bowling off a very short run-up. But what I'm hoping that is, you can see those back of the hand slower deliveries, mixing the pace. He will definitely get 1 or 2 to skid off the surface. But the wicketkeeper up. Straight away, back of the hand.
Right away, Faz. And a gentle start by Venkatesh Prasad. He wasn't the most menacing fast bowler in his time, but he was mighty effective. He used that cricketing brain to good effect. I'm going to ask you a question to which I think I already know the answer to. A loud grunt when he delivers that ball. He's attending to that right shoulder already. First, tell us a little bit about Venki. You know him a lot better.
Well, he's an enigma, isn't he? One of the nicest persons to have around you in a dressing room. He calms the dressing room down. He's always, in your ear. Especially if you're a youngster coming to the team for the first time, he'll be the one who'll come and calm your nerves and he'll come and tell you, like, don't worry, you're here because you're good enough to be here. It's not by inheritance that you're here. So we are there to back you, back your own ability, and come and express yourselves. He's that one kind of a man who would do that in the Karnataka dressing room, and I'm sure that he's done it in the Indian dressing room as well. Very soft-spoken, gentle giant, so to say.
The loud grunt that you can absolutely hear from our stump mic. But a gentle giant is just about the best way to describe one of the great servants of not just Karnataka cricket, but Indian cricket. And much better, gets his line and length right. It's taken a while. Yeah, but what's your best memory of Venkatesh Prasad? If I ask the entire country, I'm very likely to get one answer. I think you know what I'm talking about.
Well, again, you're going back to the 1996 year, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
You're just obsessed with that 1996. So the first thing that comes to any Indian's mind who's seen and played cricket around that era would have been that send-off of Amir Sohail. And believe me, till that time, we didn't know there was a little aggression in Venki as well. It was a surprise to us. Didn't mince any words, did he? But yes, one of the nicest guys to have around. But off late, I think he's become a general manager. He's got a promotion in his bank, so he's a general manager now. Big role, big shoes. He's very devoted and dedicated to his work and his bank.
And he has a smile on his face despite conceding 4. It's that kind of an afternoon because cricket, well, this is a cricket match after all, but it is not going to take center stage. It's the cause of as to why we're here that's at the center of it all. It went off the bat. Required run rate 7.5. It's still advantage Sri Lanka. Prashanti Balamandira Trust would like to thank eTravel Value for supporting rural education. All these partners and sponsors that have gone out of their way to helping make this world a better place. The Annapurna Trust will say a big thank you to LG once again. It is pretty hot, but it's still early summer days here in Namma Bengaluru, so it isn't the harshest sun yet.
I'm surprised you call early summer days, Navneet. It's just, we're still at the end of winter.
It's hot already, Fuzz, come on.
It's a nice winter afternoon. And it's just a few days away from your favorite day.
Fuzz will stay out of that. There it is, another gorgeous view of this stadium. Sunil Joshi continues into his second over. Beautiful drone shots, these. Oh, lucky! Very lucky indeed! For a split second, Sunil Joshi would have already been celebrating a stumping. Instead, it's 2 to the total.
Lucky there, but what an effort by Irfan Pathan. And just take a look at that. Down the track, just misses that. Oh, just the inner edge, saving him there. Kaluwitharana and Irfan Pathan. Valiant attempt this from him at fine leg. Down the track again. Moves on to 40. And Sunil Joshi at the other end is another person who you want to have in your team. You want to have in the dressing room. Not a negative bone in his body. Down the track, over extra cover. Brilliantly hit. Has it gone all the way? Yes, it has. The umpire will signal 6. There it is. In his own ways, he signals a 6. But what a shot. Take a look at this. It's absolutely like poetry in motion. Came inside the line of the ball, created the angle, gave him the required distance from the ball and just extended those arms. That bat has seen many a battle, hasn't it? It's heavily taped. I think one of the guys need to hand him a new bat.
It's probably from his playing days. Oh, was there an outside edge there? Anything from the bat at all? Sharp from Namanoja with the keeper gloves on. 13 done, 146 for 2. And just a little over 7 per over required for Sri Lanka. The Annapurna Trust would like to say thank you to the Kempegowda International Airport Foundation for supporting morning nutrition for Indian children.
146 for 2. 7 overs to go. 50 runs to win. 7 overs, 50 runs. ಯಾರು ಗೆಲ್ತಾರೆ? ಯಾರು ಗೆಲ್ತಾರೆ? ಗೆಲ್ತಾರಪ್ಪ ಗೆಲ್ತಾರೆ.
Well, that's the Manhattan of the two sides of the Sri Lankan chase. The 9th over, the most expensive, but they've got some work to do. 7.14 runs to the over is what they need. It's 2 p.m. in Bangalore, or just outside of Bangalore. Venkatesh Prasad, the second over, and pulls him around. Kaluwitharana, seeing a lot of changes of pace. The guile of Venkatesh Prasad is evident. You can well and truly imagine what kind of bowler he would have been in his heyday. We were mentioning that famous dismissal of Amir Sohail and the famous send-off as well. Venkatesh Prasad, 1.1 overs, none for 10. Round the wicket this time. Got him! Clean him up! There it is, the famous celebration of Venkatesh Prasad. A hug from the wicket keeper, Essel Group. He's gone. Oh, the happiness on the face of Venkatesh Prasad, bowling him around the legs. Came really across that one. And there it is. A very famous celebration of Venkatesh Prasad. That's the way he liked to do it in his playing days. Gunaratne gone for 9, bowled Venkatesh Prasad. And in the 14th over, Sri Lanka 147 for 3. Well, the flags fluttering, the Indian flags, the Sri Lankan flags, and the reason for that is in the 14th over, Gunaratne departs, and that's the spirit in which this game is being played. Very significant there in the person holding the two flags of, well, and he's there in the middle, the big man, Arvinda De Silva, 308 matches, 9,284 runs and a strike rate of 81, a best of 145. Ladies and gentlemen, brace yourselves. Arvinda De Silva is in the house. The batting royalty, and can we see some real royal display of batsmanship here this afternoon at the Sri Krishnan Cricket Stadium, about 100 kilometers from Bangalore, in this beautiful venue. Arvinda De Silva, 93 test matches, 6,361 runs, 20 hundreds and 22 50s. That's in test cricket. 308 ODIs, 9,284 runs. That'll be called wide. In ODIs, Arvind De Silva has got 11 hundreds and 64 50s. Yes, you heard that right. 64 50s. And he's here. And he's off the mark. Much to the delight of this huge crowd at this Sri Krishnan Cricket Stadium. Fans of Arvind De Silva. All of 59 years of age is this man on your screen. And he's all smiles for his good friend. Well, imploring for that wide. He's the man who matters. And he thought it wasn't a wide. Venkatesh Prasad around the wicket to Kaluwitharana. Pulled him away. Will just be the single. 59 years of age and he's still on the cricket field. Well, not in my dreams had I thought that I would be calling a game where it would have Arvind De Silva and Romesh Kaluwitharana in the middle and Venkatesh Prasad bowling to him. Great sights here in the Sri Krishnan cricket ground. Wow. That's the end of the 14th over. The 150 coming up for 3. 151 Sri Lanka for 3.
151 for 3.
Well, each one educate one foundation. Would like to thank Sabre, promoting higher secondary and medical education.
In 36 balls. Let's cheer for both teams. Let's hear it. India!
Sri Lanka one family need 45 runs to win from 36 legal deliveries. Very, very doable considering the fact that Romesh Kaluwitharana is on 42 and Arvind De Silva has just walked into bat. Manoj Tiwari from the north end. Polite inquiry, just beaten by the pace or perhaps a lack of it. The required run rate 7.50. There it is, confirmation as Manoj Tiwari from the north end, 12 matches, 5 wickets, so he can bowl. 4 for 61, his best. That's pulled away too long on. And just after a slight break, in walks a beaming Navneet Krishna, because that man is in the house.
We certainly are in the midst of cricketing royalty. I'm not talking about the man to my right. I am talking about a certain individual in the center. No matter where you go, you will hear from people who've been fans or have been associated with this game in different capacities as to what the impact of this man has been on this game. And today we celebrate what he's doing outside the cricket field even as we speak. His impact is there for millions the world over. A real humanitarian, Arvind De Silva. And there they are on the left of your screen, Shri Madhusudan Sai. The reason as to why we're here today with the help of his mission. And on his left was the great Sunil Gavaskar. Arvind De Silva decides to take the aerial route.
Well, lucky for him that it didn't carry to that man at mid-wicket, and lucky for all the spectators who have come here to see some really good batting this from Arvind De Silva, just not connecting it. It's that top edge flying high. And take a look at where Manoj Tiwari has finished. He's finished right in the front of the umpire. So perhaps the umpire will have a word with him and say, if you don't get out of the way, I won't be able to see and give an LBW decision. 43 now of 33. Romesh Kaluwitharana, he was playing second fiddle when Tanga was at the crease, but now he's in top flight. Beautifully struck this. We'll just get the single, but that free flow of the bat shows what quality of the player. End of the over, 15 done, 155 for 3.
155 for 3.
The Annapurna Trust would like to thank the government of Telangana, empowering the future with fortified nutrition.
But what you're actually seeing is right. If you're just tuned in and you're looking at the scoreboard and it's Sri Lanka versus India and Romesh Kaluwitharana and Arvinda De Silva are on the scoreboard and you're wondering, wait, is this really 2025? It is. And it is true that it is the great Arvinda De Silva and Romesh Kaluwitharana in the center. Legends of India and Sri Lanka for a cause that is much greater than the game of cricket. And it's wonderful that the game we love is bringing these two nations together. They've often been rivals, competitors, but today they're playing for a common cause. One that will play a massive role in helping make this world a better place. And that loud grunt from the Indian skipper, Venkatesh Prasad. Doesn't have the usual long run-up, like he did mention at the toss. Romesh Kaluwitharana has been around for 15 overs. First under the hot sun, 15 overs, that in itself is job well done. You roll back the years. The stance of Aravinda De Silva. Nostalgic, isn't it? With that Kookaburra bat in hand against the Australians.
Well, Venkatesh Prasad, there's the customary celebration. He's picked up 2 for a person who was, there's the missus. She's happy. She's exulting more than Venkatesh Prasad himself. And really good innings by Romesh Kaluwitharana. There it is, Venkatesh Prasad. Score one again. Yeah, there it is. We've seen that for the last probably 3 decades. The same celebration over and over again. Kaluwitharana gone for 45, and in the 16th over, Sri Lanka 157 for 4.
Look who's brought out the water bottles. That is Junior Stuart Binney in action. Yeah, he's having a good run. So nice to see. Lovely visuals that you often see him on Stuart Binney's social media handles with a bat in hand, practicing his batting skills at home with mum and dad. Today he has a different role to make sure that the Indian team is well hydrated. Lovely to see that. Venkatesh Prasad, we'd love to see a little more of those celebrations. With the right hand going up with his finger indicating out. Nuwan Zoisa, Zippy comes in. That ball held its line. Now let's just take a look at the wicket once again. kept it pretty much simple. You do the basic things right. Look at that. Enjoyed that, didn't he? So did the wife. Makes it that much more special when you have family watching you and celebrating along with you. 39 of 26.
You know, more than Venkatesh Prasad's reaction, Navneet, I really like the reaction of Jayanti Prasad, his wife. She was over the moon. She's been the wind beneath the wings for Venkatesh Prasad, right from when they got married. She's been his strength through thick and thin. There she is. She's enjoying this game. She's enjoying the husband out there in the middle. Jayanti Prasad. She's been there for Karnataka games. She's been there for all the Indian games. So I've known her for many, many years now. 16 done, 158 for 4.
And as we've done through the day, we'll just give you a quick reminder of what the partnerships have looked like. They've had decent partnerships all through this innings, and that's why they find themselves in a very comfortable situation. They just need 9.5 to the over for 4 overs. Like we said, like we've done all through the day, we will say a big thank you to our partners and sponsors. Each One Education, One Founders. Say a big thank you to Karnataka Bank. Oh, that could be out. Up goes the finger. The slider from Manoj Tiwari. And he gets Nuwan Zoisa.
Well, there she is again. Oh, she's full of beans this afternoon. Well, I just, as I stepped out of the commentary box, I saw the elaborate spread on the buffet table, and Zippy will have to zip back to the pavilion nice and early. Zoisa gone for 1. LBW Manoj Tiwari in the 17th over. Sri Lanka 158 for 5.
This is what we've been waiting for, to see Marva Natapatu and Aravinda De Silva batting alongside each other. Fair to say, 2 of the greatest cricketers that Sri Lanka have ever produced, 2 of the greatest batters that the game has seen. And fast forward many years, a couple of decades, and here they are with a bat in hand, batting with each other. Who can forget Marva Natapatu's partnerships in the longest format of the game, along with Mahela Jayawardena? Those partnerships would last a lifetime. First, it almost felt like they kept batting day in and day out.
Well, yes, he's played 90 test matches for Sri Lanka, scored 5,500 runs, 266 ODIs, 8,529 runs. So he's knows a thing or two about batting, and I'm not surprised that you say it's been a lifetime of partnerships with Arvinda, maybe with Mahila, with Ranatunga. He's been a real a nucleus of Sri Lankan cricket. Take a look at that. 8,529 runs pulled away on the bounce to Stuart Binney. Just a single. Yeah, I was just saying he's got 16 hundreds in Test cricket, 17 50s, 268 matches in his ODI career, 8,500 runs, 132 as his best. He's got 11 hundreds and 59 50s in ODIs. It's beautifully played by the veteran Will he get a boundary? That's a great stop this by Ashok Dinda.
Amazing effort.
And these are champions, not just with the bat in hand, like we said. They have championed many a causes that have changed the lives of so many people, and that's why they're here. Ravinda De Silva and Mavan Atapattu have been big influences back home in helping the society become a better place. Yeah, fair to say that these two batters will go down in the top 5 greatest Sri Lankan batters ever. You probably will add Jayawardene Sangakkara and maybe a Sanat Jayasuriya in the top 5 greatest batters. And aren't we privileged to be in the company of two of them? Prashanti Balamandira Trust would like to thank Bharat Petroleum for supporting healthcare through technology. We're 17 overs done and dusted here. And also a big thank you to Hatton Tea Company and Bud to Cup for their generous support of this great initiative. Only 3 overs remain. And we're going down to the wire. It's starting to get a lot closer here. 32 in 18. Which way is this going? What a contest. We couldn't have written a script any better. The weather just about right for a great game of cricket. So many cricketing stars and a great game of T20 cricket, and all of them have been treated. Fuzz pick a winner, 32 in 18.
Well, cricket for sure. The vision of the Sadguru, the mission that these cricketers have come to support, that's the true winner. Really immaterial who wins or loses this game. I'm sure they're playing to win, but the mission of the Sadguru, the vision of the Sadguru, that's the real winner here. And Venkatesh Prasad is bowling his last over despite the grunts, the moans, the groans, a little bit of shoulder injury perhaps. He's completing his 4-over quota. He's picked up 2 wickets. 11.25 runs to the over is what they require. And they have a little over 2 overs to do it in.
He's given that a good hit. There is a fielder who will watch it go past him. Ashok Dinda will suggest to the umpire that it's maximum. Aravinda De Silva deposits one for a big mighty 6.
Absolutely. Take a look at that. Back of the hand, slow delivery. Picked it up early and just disdainfully dispatched it from his presence, didn't he? He still shows that he's not going down without a fight. Nicely bowled. Venkatesh Prasad on his follow through. The commitment of the man coming to the fore. Aravinda De Silva 16 of 12. Let's take a look at that effort again. Yeah, that's the kind of sportsman spirit that Venkatesh Prasad possesses outside that off stump. Just one delivery left in his spell. He's picked up 2 for 25. Can he make it 3 for 25? And the big one of Aravinda De Silva. Or can Aravinda pick the slower delivery and put it over mid-wicket again? One last delivery in his spell. In the air and gone! Venkatesh Prasad of the very last delivery picks up the big wicket of Aravinda De Silva. And Sri Lanka now reduced to 172 for 5. And Venkatesh Prasad has 3 for 25.
Provide nutrition, education and healthcare.
It wasn't his best delivery. I'll tell you what, that isn't Aravinda De Silva's best pull shot as well. He celebrates that wicket and it's the big one. One of the great Aravinda De Silva. He departs for 16 after a fantastic 6. This game is getting mighty close. 24 needed in 12 for Sri Lanka to win this game. Thank you for the entertainment. A standing ovation for a man who's been a champion on and off the cricket field. A befitting ovation for a man who deserves every bit of it. Prashanti Balamandira Trust would like to thank Rotary International for supporting healthcare for those in need. And the Prashanti Balamandira Trust would like to thank Bindu for their generous support of the One World, One Family Cup.
The two teams representing one cause.
Yeah, he deserves that bit of rest.
One motto, one world, one family.
Yeah, he's practicing that shot. Like, why did I get that wrong?
Let's say
It's what is in his blood. It's in his DNA that even now, when he gets out, he goes back into the dugout, gets his pads off, and shadow practices that shot, hoping that he can do it better the next time around. That's what makes them what they are. Tanga Paranavitana is that the new batter. Another left-hander comes in. As Fazal said, you shake a tree in Sri Lanka, you'll get a left-handed batter come out. Right, Manoj Tiwari once again with the ball in hand. Now we like to see a little more of those sidearm sliders coming in.
What an effort by Venkatesh Prasad. 3 for 25 of his 4 overs. Every ball he bowled, you could hear that loud groan. Tiwari will be called wide. So they require 12 runs and over. Need 23 from 12. And this is the reason what sent Arvind De Silva back in the hut. Badri, the fielder on that occasion, wide again. Need 22 now from 12. Possible.
Very much possible. Mavanata Patu has got the glasses on. He's as cool a batter as you'll ever see. Oh, he shimmies around. Moves from leg stump to off stump. Trying to get inside the line of the ball.
There it is, just moving in his crease, trying to get the boundary. There was no fielder behind Irfan Pathan at 45 on the leg side. Need 21 now from 11 legal deliveries. Paranavitana, the left-hander on strike, yet to open his account. And opening his account he does. Will he come back for 2? Marwan Atapattu? Yes, he does. Struggling, hobbling, but he still completes 2.
And that's why it's so nice to see them, the commitment from these players. And they know that they're here not just for the game of cricket, but to champion a cause that is much bigger. We've been speaking about legends all along the day. I don't think they get any bigger than this man on your screen. And he does it, no matter what he does in life, he does it with a smile on his face, much like what he's giving us now. Isn't it typical to see Muthaiya Muralidharan with a smile on his face? Very different to when he's delivering a ball with those big eyes. We're going down to the wire here. But this One World, One Family Cup in its 2nd edition has been a great success. And a big thank you to everyone from India and Sri Lanka coming together in making this happen. And a big thank you to the Sri Madhusudan Sai Global Humanitarian Mission. And there he is, the legend himself, Mr. G.R. Vishwanath, will go down in Indian folklore as one of the most gifted Indian batters to have played the game. And today we celebrated 50 years of that iconic 97 not out against the West Indies. We've certainly been amidst cricketing royalty today. Inside out. Good shot. Fielder underneath. Makes no mistake. I think it's Badrinath once again. Manoj Tiwari picks up another wicket. India now slowly shifting the advantage in their favour.
Well, perhaps the last nail in the coffin as far as the one family Sri Lankan team is concerned. Marwan Atapattu was their lone hope. Left straight to Badri. Makes no mistake. The skipper, his innings comes to an end for 6. Got Badrinath bowled Manoj. And in the 19th over, Sri Lanka 180 for 7.
As another wicket falls, another step closer to a future where every child has access to healthcare. That's what we stand for.
Seven wickets down. That opening partnership lasted quite a bit. But after the first wicket fell, India have been busy with the wickets. They've kept picking up wickets at frequent intervals and they find themselves with a bit of an advantage here. Now, Sri Lanka needs 16 in 7. 180 for 7. Ajantha Mendis comes in. Everyone knows what he does with the ball. Well, he's got some work to do with the bat in hand. Manoj Tiwari, unorthodox, unconventional, but effective. One more goes down. Manoj Tiwari with number 3. Wide signal. Number 8 comes down for Sri Lanka. India on the verge of a victory here.
Well, really intelligent bowling this by Manoj Tiwari. Saw the batsman coming out early, pushed it down the leg side. Naman Oja, probably one of the most easiest stumpings of his career. Well, he's still unhappy face there of Arvinda De Silva as Ajantha Mendis departs for a golden duck. Sri Lanka now staring at defeat. 181 for 8.
What a match we have in hand.
Tilan Thusara comes in. That's a breeze in strike rate, but he'll need to strike way better than that if they got to win this. Got to strike at over 200. 7 deliveries remaining, 15 needed. Romesh Kaluwitharana and Marwan Atapattu wondering, how did things shift so quickly?
And beyond. The new batter end for Sri Lanka One family is the shout-out.
All through the afternoon today, we've had a packed crowd here at the Sai Krishnan Cricket Stadium.
Let's cheer the One family.
And the grandstand right behind you on the right of your screen. Fantastic over from Manoj Tiwari. Wides are plenty, but a couple of wickets in the process. Sri Lanka need 14 of the last over. What a game it's been. Prashanti Balamandira Trust would like to thank Coforge and Autumn as well for supporting our nurses. 39 overs we've seen of some of the greats of the game. It's been an absolute privilege. And that man is the reason why we're here today. Shri Madhusudan Sai. And isn't that gorgeous? We've spoken about it all day long. Very likely that this is a ground that you'll see a lot more often in the days to come. It's a stunning facility here with the running track all around the circumference of this ground. Abhimanyu Mithun given the task to bowl the final over. Bowled a couple at the start, gave away 16. And Venkatesh Prasad assigns that duty to the Karnataka fast bowler to get the job done Last year, we had the likes of Sachin Tendulkar, Yuvraj Singh, and Muthaiya Muralidharan, Monty Panesar, and so many other stars for the first edition of the One World, One Family Cup. This year, there have been no shortage of superstars. The great man himself, Mr. GRV. Sri Lanka coming back in this. There's a boundary of the first ball. Tilantusara is like, how did I squeeze that for four?
Well, is there another twist in the tail? Gets a 4 of the first delivery. They need 10 from 5. Well, they have it more or less in the bag, do India. But a couple of wides maybe, like we saw from Manoj Tiwari, would really hurt. There's Venkatesh Prasad clearly telling the bowler, there he is, instructing him, requesting him perhaps not to bowl a no ball and not to bowl a wide. Shot fine inside the circle. Oh, that's a full toss. We'll wait for the umpire's signal. No ball. We're just waiting to see whether the umpire would signal a no ball. No signal yet from the umpire, so it stays as a legal delivery. There he is. No signal there from... it'll be an interesting replay. Navneet, just take a look at that one again. Did it go over the waist in his normal stance? Touch and go. The umpire ruling that it was a perfectly legal delivery. Venkatesh Prasad still very animated in his field setting. His arms flailing all the time. Mithun knows exactly what to do. He's done it for many, many years for Karnataka and for India in the brief stint that he had with the Indian team. Oh, Venkatesh Prasad still not happy. The captain, there he is in a real animated discussion with the bowler. Yeah, now all's well that ends well. He's at mid-on, and Mithun, it was beautifully bowled this right in the block hole.
You can set any field you want to, but when you do that, you don't need fielders. Pinpoint precision from Abhimanyu Mithun. Have a look at that. They don't come any better. That is a yorker for the ages. 9 of 3. Boundary needed for Sri Lanka if they want to stay in the hunt. Full toss. Swats that. Just the single. Oh, will they come back for 2? No, they won't. Parthy Patel, the fielder.
Not used to it, isn't it, Parthiv Patel? Normally does it with the gloves on, fumbling with the ball.
Sri Lanka! Sri Lanka! Sri Lanka!
There's Kaluwitharana on the left of your screen. To his left is Marwan Atapattu, the captain of the One Family Sri Lankan side. You need 8 from 2. Can we see a 6?
Clap for the runner, clap for the bowler, clap for the batter, clap.
Full toss again. Just couldn't get more, Tilantusara. Just the single, which means 7 will be needed in the last delivery. Surely not a 6 now. What a game it's been. Smiles in the Lankan dugout as well. We've just been witness to a fantastic game of T20 cricket from players that haven't played this format much. Here we go, one final delivery. Full toss. And a loud roar here at the Sai Krishnan Cricket Stadium. A direct hit by Ashok Dindia. And it's One World India that win the second edition of the One World, One Family Cup by 6 runs. A thorough team performance. Shake hands all around. But it's the game of cricket that will win today. As Junior Stuart Binney is the first one to come onto the field to celebrate a great win.
Well, One World India put into bat by Sri Lanka and seemed to have it in the bag after the first session. But when Sri Lanka came out to bat, they sent the leather to all parts of this beautiful ground. This Sri Krishnan Cricket Stadium in Mudanhalli, about 100 kilometers from Bangalore, wears a real spectacle for everyone around. There's the legend himself, Arvinda de Silva. He'll be surely hurting, but in the greater cause that he's come here to achieve, I'm sure he'll feel the winner. The One Family, One World, One Family Cup 2025 has been a grand success. There's the reverence of the legend by teammates and opposition. There it is. Just look at the respect that the man has. They're taking off their caps. Really revere this gentleman on your screen, Arvinda de Silva, a living legend from Sri Lanka. He's come down to Bangalore. There he is again, Irfan Pathan. It's so nice to see the spirit in which this game is played. Sunil Joshi giving him a hug. That's Yusuf Pathan. And then the skipper. They've played cricket together, but one the victor, one the vanquished on this big day here in Mudanhalli. Sujit Somsundar there, Dodda Ganesh, and Muthukumar, the physio. He was a physio when I was playing for Karnataka as well. Fabulous day here in the Sri Krishnan Cricket Stadium. They've all been victorious one way or the other. The mission, the vision of Sadhguru. That's the thumbs up by the Indian skipper. The Indian flag waves along with the Sri Lankan flag as well. All in all, it's been an absolute superb day's play. Well, set a target of 195. Tanga and Romesh Kaluwitharana put on a 66 for the first wicket. Milinda came in, lent a hand, but just too much for the Lankans in the end. Thilan remaining undefeated on 7. 189 for 9 is where they finished off in their 20 overs extras. 10 in that score of 189 for 9. Well, let's just go down now to who's with him? Amar, who's with the legend Arvinda de Silva.
Well, what a game of cricket we've had right here at the One World, One Family Cup 2025. I know the result does not matter because we are playing for one cause. And the great thing to see here was everybody in the audience were cheering for Sri Lanka as much as they were cheering for India. How does that feel?
It's very good. I think the cause says it all. I think we have to feel for each other wherever they are. I think this mission is all about that.
Absolutely. Reaching beyond boundaries, reaching beyond a lot of obligations. That's beautiful. So if you have to resonate this particular match performance with the cause, how would you resonate both of that?
Well, it brings back a lot of memories. I've just got on a cricket field after a lapse of about 6-7 years. But I think the support from the Indian players as well as some of my teammates, past teammates and some present lot, I think it shows the kind of support they've extended towards this cause as well. So we are trying to bring all countries together and this is the first step towards that.
Absolutely. And it was great to see you right here in the center. There's a lot of fan following for you and that sixer got everybody go bonkers. How was it to be on the field after a long time?
Well, it was interesting, but I think if I hung around a little bit longer, my body would have been at a little bit more pressure. But I really enjoyed it and being part of this game and also having some of these players along with me.
Absolutely, and this match had everything that typically India-Sri Lanka match has, going almost down to the wire. And thank you for you legends who gave that, that moment, who gave that memory back again.
Thank you so much, and thank you very much to all the media as well. Thank you.
Thank you. And that's from the center right here, Arvinda De Silva. What a game of cricket we've had. Back to the comm box.
Well, that was a legend in conversation with RJ Amar. Well, put into bat, India won world 195 for 6 in their 20 overs. Yusuf Pathan blitzkrieg 61 of 32. Naman Oja gave them a good start with 53. Thilan picked up 2 for 47 of his 4. And Gunaratne 2 for 23 as well. In reply, falling short by 6 runs were the Sri Lanka 1 family. Venkatesh Prasad picking up 3 for 25. And this is what happened when they came out to bat chasing 195. I was Sujit Somsundar, castled by Chaminda Vas, and Naman Oja carried on playing some really good shots. Badrinath came in and drove through the covers really well and looked good. Naman Oja, some really lusty hits. That was the first 6 of the day. Went straight into the crowd and he played some really good shots all around the wicket.
Wow.
There it is, down the ground as well. He played square of the wicket as well. And this is when Muthaiya Muralidharan got in and Nuwan Zoysia took a really simple catch to end Naman Oja's innings of 51. Seeing. And then Manoj Tiwari came into bat, played some really good shots. Was a little circumspect when he started, but came in and played really well. That was the Marwan Atapattu special. Badrinath caught brilliantly by Marwan Atapattu, the captain leading from the front. Enjoying the game was Sunil Gavaskar and Sadhguru as well. There it is.
A man who's got millions of followers for his big.
Yusuf Pathan came and just flayed the bowling to all parts of the ground. He was in a mood to really show everyone around exactly what brand of cricket he plays. He's really fierce on anything short.
But a great fielding effort. Great fielding effort.
Manoj Tiwari lent his hand as well. Played some really big hits. He's looking really good, Manoj Tiwari. Reverse sweeping well, he swept well, he drove well. Played the cut really well. Timing was exquisite from him until just top-edged sweep to Muthaiya Muralidharan, who shows clearly that he's really athletic even at this age. Caught by Kaluwitharana. And there it is again. About 4 or 5 times he juggled and then he had it in the basket. Stuart Binney came in the end. A late flourish from him along with Yusuf Pathan. Lusty hitting from Yusuf Pathan in that score of 61. Really dealt in boundaries and sixes. Just dealt with the bowling like he was having a net, really. And then this was the end of the Yusuf Pathan innings. Caught by Nuwan Zoysia, the second catch for him. That came late in the innings of the One World Indian team, taking them to that score of 195. When they came out to bat, they had a job on hand. 195 and 196 is what they needed. The Ranga came and blazed away. A couple of lucky shots, but in between all that, he had some gorgeous hits. Kaluwitharana took his time, but the timing was still there for the veteran. They were peppered all around the ground. Stuart Binney really expensive, 3 for 36 is what he went for. And Kaluwitharana showing glimpses of the brilliant past. We're looking really good at this stage were the Lankans. Some deft touches. Some really gorgeous shots over extra cover. And then Piyush Chawla came in and immediately the demise of Taranga caught Stuart Binney smartly at mid-off or long off. There it is again, trying to get on with it. Just managed to find Stuart Binney at long off. Stuart Binney, that 1 over or 2 overs off his, really cost him. Fabulous hitting this down the ground. They were looking like they were in the hunt to Sri Lanka. They were staying with the required run rate. Kaluwitharana playing really well. After Taranga departed, we still had Melinda out there who was playing the ball into all parts of the ground. Sunil Joshi ended that innings of 40 of just 17 deliveries. Smartly held by Piyush Chawla. And then Venkatesh Prasad, the captain, came on to bowl a little late in the innings along with Sunil Joshi, put a stem on the flow of runs. Despite that, there were some sixes hit by Kaluwitharana, and then he was bowled around the legs by Venkatesh Prasad, and the very familiar celebration from him. That was the first of his 3 wickets. Back of the hand, slow delivery around the legs. Asala Gunaratne. Then the big one, Ramesh Kaluwitharana for 45 of 36. That was his second wicket. There it is, clean bowled, and that's when the Sri Lankan innings just started going downwards. Rohisar didn't last too long. He was gone LBW to Manoj Tiwari. Manoj Tiwari had a good day as well, 3 for 20 for him of his 3 overs. That was the first of his 3 wickets. And then Venkatesh Prasad was carted over mid-wicket for 6. And then sweet revenge for him, picking up Arvinder De Silva. And to get his 3rd wicket of the last delivery of his spell. They got 3 for 25 of his 4 overs. And then Manoj Tiwari. Badrinath taking a nice simple catch that gave him his 3rd wicket. 3 for 20 of his 3 overs. And at that stage, Sri Lanka looked completely down and out. That was a stumping, nice smart glove work by Namanoja to dismiss Ajanta Mendes off the very first delivery. Of course, that was signalled wide. And then that was the final over. The first ball was sent away for 4. And then a nice over in which Abhimanyu Mithun had everything under control, and Sri Lanka were completely out of it, and that was the end of the game, applauded by the 2 legends themselves, Kaluwitharana on the left, Atapattu on the right. The Sri Lankan flags waving as well as the Indian flags, handshakes all around. Great to see the spirit of the game maintained. Well, India won world, put into bat 195 for them of their 20 overs. Yusuf 61, 53 for Namanoja. And in reply, Sri Lanka one family could muster just 189 for 9 in their 20 overs. Taranga 51, Ramesh Kaluwitharana 45, Manoj Tiwari 3 for 20, Venkatesh Prasad 3 for 25 of his 4. India won world, winning this game by 6 runs. Well, now it's time to just head over to RJ Amar with a couple of very special guests.
One word, one family. That line summarizes everything. And we have with us a trustee, Mr. Sunil, who is a part of Each One Educate One. Could you please elaborate on the initiative?
Yeah, sure. Thank you. So we have an education model in place which is focused on rural India. and for beneficiaries who are mostly from socio-economically weaker sections. The education model is compulsorily residential. It's holistic in nature, focusing on the all-round development of the students. It starts off from grade 6, that's at higher primary school level, when the child is typically aged 10 to 11 years. And once these students join our campuses, we have 24 schools. Once these children join there, in just a pair of clothes that they wear and come, there's no looking back for them, because they have a very seamless pathway laid out for them from school to secondary schooling, higher secondary schooling, and then even into the university. For students who would prefer not to pursue academics, we have a skill development center option for them, where they can acquire vocational skills like electrical technologies, flow piping and plumbing, etc. We also have the world's first of its kind, India's one of its kind, totally free of charge medical college. And this college offers courses in MBBS, nursing, paramedical technologies, and now even mental health. Apart from this, our students have the option of pursuing their passion, be it in the sciences or in arts and humanities, or even in performing arts like Hindustani and Carnatic vocal and instrumental classical music. For the girls especially, we have a course in Bharatanatyam dance. For those who wish to pursue our ancient and rich cultural tradition, Vedic tradition, we have courses in bachelor's and master's of Vedic sciences as well. So there's an array of options that have been laid out for these students hailing from socio-economically weaker backgrounds. In the context of today's match, we also have a course which is focused on sports and athletics, which is a bachelor's in physical education. So there is an opportunity for every kind of a student, for every kind of an aptitude and every kind of a passion. So that's like an end-to-end model which is very seamless for them. Of course, when they join us, the criteria is primarily socio-economic, but then once they progress and they move out of higher primary into secondary school, they typically catch up and they are comparable to any private school student. And from the higher secondary school onwards, merit also matters. So they have to typically appear for their entrance exams for higher secondary school. And once they complete higher secondary school, they again have to meritoriously find a passage into our own private autonomous university. So the schools go by the name Sri Satya Sai Lokaseva Gurukulam. Our university is aptly named as Sri Satya Sai University for Human Excellence, and our medical college, the School of Healthcare Sciences, is named after Sri Madhusudan Sai as Sri Madhusudan Sai Institute of Medical Sciences and Research. So it's an end-to-end, totally free of charge, holistic, values-based residential model that we have laid out for the rural underrepresented. Thank you.
Thank you so much for all that you do. And towards my right, we have a beneficiary, a young lady who's availed this facility. So, hi, what's your name, ma'am?
Bhavyashri.
And, coming from a background and especially being a female, I'm sure you would have not thought about higher education, or was it a hurdle, and how did this place help you out?
Actually, me coming from a humble background, my father have always believed that a girl should get higher education, and we have never thought that I would get this complete multi-dimensional education which completely nurtures me from my physical, mental and my academical perspectives. And I proudly say that I am very good in my academics, and also I learn Indian classical music where it costs too much in nowadays to learn, and also I learn dance, and I am also in part of Western Symphony Orchestra, which is India's first Sai Symphony Orchestra. I proudly hold an instrument which I have never thought of holding it, and I play very proudly in front of everybody, and I am so happy to be in this institution, being a beneficiary of our Swami's education.
Fantastic. You sound very multi-talented. If I could just ask you this question, what is your next approach, or what's your goal, or what career would you choose stepping ahead?
Yeah, as I have received more from the society, my only aim is to serve more. As what I have learned, not to being a person of selfish, me are our founder always taught us to be selfless. So me being a teacher, I will become a teacher, and I'll serve many people like me who mostly have the thirst of knowledge, but there are no people to teach them. So we need like this models of institutions which makes us feel so happy and proud to come out. And I firmly tell that I'll become a teacher to nurture many children like me.
Thank you so much. Good to learn. And now, towards my left, we also have a gentleman who is the flag bearer for another big initiative. We've spoken about nutrition, we've spoken about education, and now when it comes to healthcare, we have with us Dr. C.S. Hiremat, our Director, Health Val Bank and Academics. So, pleasure to have you right here with us. So, if you can just share some light about the initiative that comes in your hands.
Yeah. In fact, under the guidance of Sadhguru Sri Matsun Sai, we are running this healthcare mission, which mainly caters to the pediatric congenital heart diseases. If you come to the statistics of our country, with every 100 children born today, the rate is around 1.4 to 1.6 child being born with congenital heart disease. That is going to increase by 5-fold in the next 5 years. That means with every 100 children born, we have 10 children born with congenital heart disease, which is a huge number. And today's the dictum is that no child shall attain its first birthday with the congenital heart diseases, because if a child is caught at the right time and his heart is mended by cardiac surgeons, then definitely the child can lead a near normal life. As the child grows, the chances are very meager. The number of surgeries required are more, the number of complications are more. Sometimes today, post-COVID, we see the increasing number of heart diseases in our country. So for that, the reasons are a number of reasons. We are focusing on the preventive aspect also. Not only that, we are focusing on the world's first free heart valve bank. Sometimes a child is born with 2 chambers, 3 chambers. Normally we have 4 chambers. Sometimes using these valves, where after a death of any person, within 24 hours we can collect the heart, and in a single heart we can have 2 or 3 valves which can be preserved for 21 years plus. So our Sadhguru was kind enough to name the Heart Valve Bank on Dr. K.M. Cherian, who is considered as father of Indian cardiac surgery, who recently passed away, and he had come to our institute. We had conducted quite a few conferences. In fact, we conducted the first international conference on exclusively pediatric heart valve repair, where Dr. Kalangos from Greece had come, Dr. Sean Chetty from USA, Dr. Shivkumar Singh from Malaysia, and a number of dignitaries were online, and of course the who is who in the country were here with us. Similarly, recently we happened to conduct just last week first international pediatric nursing conference on exclusively pediatric critical care, and that's a benchmark by itself. We are planning to start how AI can be utilized in critical care nursing, where a single trained nurse, how she can replicate another 2 to 3 nurses using AI. That's where the country is heading towards. That's the first kind, one of its kind initiative in our country, where we are creating a platform here in our institute to create AI-based nursing critical care for rural India. So there are not only this, till date we have crossed around 33,000 children heart surgeries, and the numbers are going up. And we have totally around 5 pediatric cardiac centers in our country, 2 abroad, 1 in Fiji and 1 in Sri Lanka. Many more to come up shortly in Istanbul, in Mississippi, USA, and in Africa. So the mission goes on, and as Sadhguru visions, he wants this center to be as the one of the India's best training center. Cardiac surgeons, many are not taking cardiac surgery. In fact, I am the secretary of All India Association of Cardiac Surgeons, and I see what is the challenges faced in training younger surgeons. So this field is quite challenging. So this platform shall be the best training center for the country. That's where we are looking at.
Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing all those anecdotes and facts and everything that you do for the society. Well, that's it right here from the One World, One Family Cup, where they stand as a testament for all the initiatives, then the initiatives and all the lovely things they take care of. That is education, nutrition and healthcare. And back to you, fine gentlemen, at the comm box.
Well, that's the future of Indian cricket, perhaps. That's Junior Stuart Binney, his father watching him, his mother out there as well, celebrating this, the mission, the vision of the Sadhguru. It's about the vision, it's about the mission, and it's also a gift of life.
डर लगा तो मैं किसको पुकारूं। छोटे दोस्त ओ मेरे यार कर जरा हम सभी पे एतबार ओ छोटे दोस्त ओ मेरे यार हम सभी तुझसे करते हैं प्यार
Well, health is such an important facet of life, and especially in child health care, in female health care. And in this aspect, Arogya Vahini is taking such giant steps towards accomplishing that mission. Let's just take a look.
Home to over 1.4 billion people, faces significant healthcare challenges, particularly in its rural areas where 70% of the population resides. In remote and underserved regions, access to quality healthcare remains a pressing concern due to difficult terrains, poor infrastructure, and a lack of nearby facilities. Arogya Vahini, a pioneering initiative, brings quality healthcare to the doorsteps of rural India. Founded by Srimad Sudan Sai, the Sri Satya Sai Arogya Vahini Trust operates mobile hospitals that make healthcare accessible to rural communities completely free of charge. This initiative is part of the larger Srimad Sudan Sai Global Humanitarian Mission, which has established various service projects in 60 countries over the past 12 years. The mission has transformed millions of lives globally through free services in nutrition, education, and healthcare. Arogya Vahini's journey began humbly in 2013 with a small group of volunteers conducting just 2 medical camps a month. Today, it has grown exponentially, operating 106 rural medical camps monthly, equipped with fabricated mobile medical units. These camps reach more than 45 rural health stations, serving over 225 cluster villages, truly reaching the last mile and the last person. The impact has been remarkable. 150,000 rural consultations and 290,000 health screenings performed. Detecting from the ground level, over 750 surgeries have been facilitated completely free of charge, connecting rural patients with life-changing treatment at super specialty hospitals. From a simple outreach model, the footprint has expanded to 6 states and has also evolved into a comprehensive network of rural wellness centers, namely Sai Swasthya, contributing to the larger goal of Shri Madhusudan Sai Institute of Medical Sciences and Research. Arogya Vahini's mission aligns with multiple United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, promotes good health and well-being, addresses poverty by serving financially vulnerable populations, contributes to zero hunger by reducing out-of-pocket medical expenses, promotes gender equality with 66% of beneficiaries being rural women, reduces inequalities by reaching diverse communities. The initiative's impact goes beyond health metrics. By providing free medical consultations and health screenings, it saves patients with non-communicable diseases approximately 2,400 rupees per month and general patients around 1,400 rupees per month in medical expenses. At the heart of Arogya Vahini's approach is the philosophy of treating patients with compassion and respect. This approach has fostered trust and encouraged positive health-seeking behavior in the community. Beneficiaries have become more proactive in managing their health, and over 150 local volunteers have joined the cause. Looking to the future, Arogya Vahini is committed to enhancing accessibility by expanding its outreach to more remote areas and contributes significantly to the larger goal of the Shri Madhusudan Sai Global Humanitarian Mission by touching 1 million lives by next year. The Trust aims to implement scalable healthcare models to ensure seamless continuity and end-to-end support for beneficiaries and to institutionalize its healthcare model as a benchmark for qualitative and technology-driven healthcare delivery. From its resilience during the Amphan cyclone to operating 333 medical camps throughout the COVID-19 pandemic, Arogya Vahini has proven its adaptability and commitment. As it continues to grow and evolve, this initiative is deeply rooted in the ethos of in the rural, for the rural. Through its mobile hospitals, Arogya Vahini is not just delivering medical care, it is delivering hope, one village at a time, and paving the way for a healthier, more equitable future for all.
Well, in just 12 years, the mission has touched over 13 million across 80 countries, transforming communities through nutrition, healthcare, and education. The gift of life has touched many a nation, and one small such one is Fiji. Let's take a look.
There are some children who have holes in their heart. They're born this way, we need to help them. And all these children cannot run or play. Some will lose lives, we need to prevent that. All these children are falling down, and we can help pick them up again. And all their families are crying for help, and we will help pick them up again. They will survive, oh, they will thrive, oh, because every child deserves the gift of life. Because every child deserves the gift of life.
Well, it's founded by this gentleman on your screen, Sri Madhusudan Sai, the young visionary. It's impacted 80 countries all over the world, and most so in our very country of India. We have a package on how the mission has affected people in our very own country. Take a look.
One world, one family. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam is the guiding principle of the Sri Madhusudan Sai Global Humanitarian Mission. Founded by Sri Madhusudan Sai, a young humanitarian and visionary, the mission has established institutions in healthcare, education, and nutrition across 80 countries over the past 12 years. All services are provided free of charge, silently transforming millions of lives worldwide through the power of compassion. The Annapurna Morning Nutrition Program began in 2012 with breakfast for just 50 children and has since grown to become India's largest morning nutrition program. Today, over 10 million school children across India and beyond receive the Sai Sure multi-nutrient supplement, helping them begin each day nourished and ready to learn. In education, the mission has established a university and 28 residential campuses in India, as well as a school in Nigeria, offering free education from grade 6 through to doctoral studies. Over 3,700 students are receiving values-based education and developing skills to make a positive impact on society, with many coming from rural backgrounds and 40% being girls. A skill development center equips rural youth with job-ready skills through courses in plumbing and electrical technologies. Additionally, over 7,800 scholarships have been awarded to encourage primary school enrollment for rural children. The vision of accessible medical education was realized with the inauguration of the Sri Madhusudan Sai Institute of Medical Sciences and Research by Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi. Offering free medical education with a commitment to serve rural communities, the institute is bridging the healthcare gap between the urban and rural areas. On the healthcare front, the mission has established the world's largest network of free pediatric cardiac hospitals in India, Fiji, and Sri Lanka. Since 2012, over 34,000 life-saving procedures have been performed at these hospitals, all at no charge. Additionally, 5 mother and child hospitals, primary care wellness centers, mobile hospitals, 2 multi-specialty hospitals in India, and 2 hospitals in Nigeria have together provided consultations to more than 2.9 million patients.
I had the privilege to visit the hospital, and one thing missing there: cashier's desk. I've never visited a hospital which doesn't have a cashier's desk. All the treatments are free of cost. I have seen parents with worried faces entering the hospital, but once they are inside the hospital, the love and care that all the doctors and the staff shows towards not just the patients, but the entire family. I have experienced it myself.
Looking ahead, the mission's next milestone is a 600-bed state-of-the-art hospital in Muddanahalli, set to be the world's largest fully free hospital. Scheduled for inauguration in November 2025, it will be the second teaching hospital for the medical college. This facility will provide world-class healthcare to everyone, removing financial barriers and ensuring equitable access to high-quality care.
It's that we come together for a cause quite like this. But isn't it wonderful that it's a game that we love that brings us all together? The second edition of the One World, One Family Cup would not have been a success without the continued support of all its partners, its supporters and sponsors as well, under the guidance of Sadhguru Sri Madhusudan. I want to take this opportunity to say to everyone involved in this second edition, for everyone that have tuned into our broadcast, in helping this become bigger and better year after year, to all the stakeholders that have played their role in helping impact millions of lives around the world. And it's only fair that I also say a big thank you to the Indian team and the visiting Sri Lankan team for giving us a wonderful day of cricket as well. Can we have a big round of applause? down to the final over as well. And before we get to the of cricket, introduce the dignitaries to my left. In the center of them all, Sadhguru Shri Madhu in bringing every one of us together. Thank you, sir, for your continued support and the impact that you're having on millions of lives around. We also most certainly are in the midst of cricketing royalty. Names that are household in so many parts of the world. A captain of one family, Sri Lanka, Mavanatapattu. The captain of one world, India, Venkatesh Prasad. An icon of the game, Arogya de Silva. One of the greatest cricketers that this country has ever produced, Sunil Gavaskar. And last but not least, a man who will go down in Indian cricketing folklore as one of the greatest batsmen to have played, Mr. G.R. Vishwanath. And wasn't it wonderful to celebrate 50 years of that iconic 97 not out against the mighty West Indies. I'm also going to take this opportunity to welcome Shri Narasimha Murthy, Chancellor of Shri Sathya Sai University for Human Excellence, Dr. C. Srinivas, Chairman of Shri Sathya Sai Health and Education Trust, and Shri T.B. Jayachandra, former Minister of Law and Parliamentary Affairs for Karnataka. I think we can give a big round of applause to our players who've given us a fantastic game of cricket, and to everyone that have come by to a wonderful stadium here, the Sai Krishnan Cricket Stadium. And it's been a great start to the weekend, and just the second edition. To see one world, one family go from strength to strength only means one thing, that we're going in the right direction to help make this world a better place. Thank you so much for everyone involved. It's now time for us to give away awards. We did have a game of cricket as well, in addition to so many other things that we got to witness during the day. Lots of individual awards to start with. I'm going to start with the best batsman of the day. Mr. G.R. Vishwanath will give away this award. We saw close to 400 runs scored today, but it was Namanoja from One World India that gets the award for the best batsman of the day. He was quite outstanding with his knock up front for Team India, and he played a big role in helping India put up 195. Thank you for the entertainment, Naman. Best bowler, Mr. Jayachandra will step forward to give away this award. He did mention that he's going to do it with a short run-up. He was the captain of One World India, picked up 3 wickets. Brilliant to see that trademark celebration. Venkatesh Prasad, the best bowler of the match. It was wonderful to be able to see the reactions of his family in the stands as well. Thank you for that trademark celebration that we got to witness once again. Time now for us to move to the best fielder. Mr. Arogya de Silva will give away this award. He's 54 years of age, but it didn't look like that. He pulled off a moment of brilliance on the cricket field to get rid of Subramaniam Badrinath. Mavanatapattu, the captain of one family, Sri Lanka, will get the award for the best fielder of the match. What a catch that was. The Sri Lankans were brilliant on the field, and we have to appreciate that catch that Muthaiya Muralidharan took as well. So good from the veterans. And time now for us to hand over the man of the match. And Mr. Sunil Gavaskar will give away this award. He was great with the bat when India were batting first. Then with the ball, he picks up wickets with those sidearm sliders. Manoj Tiwari will get the man of the match award. Good all-round performance from the Indian star. And smiles all around, playing a big role in helping India get over line, just about get over the line in a closely fought contest. And those were the individual awards that we had to give away. Before we get to the all-important trophy, it's only fair that we have each of the players come on stage to collect their mementos. If we can have Mr. Srinivas step forward, and I'd like to call upon the visitors, Team Sri Lanka. It's been a wonderful opportunity to have them here and to host a team that play a big role in impacting lives outside the cricket field as well. I'd like to call upon the Sri Lankan team one by one. Mr. Romesh Kaluwitharana, sir, if you can come forward and everyone else can follow right behind. If we can have the entire team follow, and Mr. Srinivas will hand over the mementos to the Sri Lankan cricket team. Big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. They've been great ambassadors of the game of cricket over many decades now. But what they're doing outside the cricket field, the champions that they are in helping this world become a better place, in helping develop the society around them and impact millions of lives, is what makes it even more special. The great Muthaiya Muralidharan, sir, thank you so much for gracing us with your presence. Chaminda Vas, well, we all know what he has done to many Indian batters in the past.